Oh, wow. I just started this like 1 second ago. People are ready for today's success story. When I tell you today's story, you're going to be in a whole different ballgame, party people. You're going to be in a whole different ballgame. You're going to be like, Persis, give me your coaching. I'm just out here doing God's work, guys. Just out here doing God's work. Can you tell like my confidence level has gone like skyrocket ever since I've been getting everybody and their mother's SP back? Can you tell? I'm just out here doing God's work, guys. Just humble Persis. Just getting everybody's SP back at this point. Just everybody's. Just all of them. Just all of them. I was on YouTube and got the notification. Smart. Very smart. Who texted me that, actually? Are we ready? Today's success story is gonna blow your mind. It's gonna blow your mind. You thought you knew? You don't know. You don't know. You don't even know. I promise. I promise. This woman is my king and queen package. Pretty much all of my clients that I brought on here are a king and queen package. However, what I will say is this. A client can have success at literally any level of package. I've had individuals in a single call manifest their SP to text them back and apologize for being an ass. That literally happened this afternoon. I just have all the success stories, all of them, just all of them. Just put them all on my name. Put them all. I am hyped, guys. This success story is freaking insane. And is anybody else noticing? Is any other coach in a scenario like mine where they just have all the success stories? You know, I did my calculation today. And I'm freaking hyped about it. I have a 99% success rate among my clients. 99%. Is anybody else having that success rate? Anybody else? Somebody let me know. Let me know. My confidence is very high today. It's very high. It's very, very high, guys. My SP came forward after 2 months. Bro, I know. Because my methods work because it's science. I've never felt more in my element than I have in teaching science to people as someone that has a surgical degree. I have never felt more in my element. You want your SP back? You know who to call. That's all I'm going to say. You know. Oh, and it's Evie Baby. Yeah. That's precisely the girl I was referring to, actually. Her SP just today was in a situation where right after a singular phone call, because the client we have today is a king and queen client, but I was just mentioning that in this situation specifically, clients can have success at all levels. And it's Evie Baby is a perfect example of that, because we had one phone call today and her person texted her and was like, I was an ass. I'm so sorry. I didn't mean to. And it was everything. And she was like, Persis, this is the problem. This is the problem. This is the problem. And I was like, this is the solution. This is the solution. Do this instead. And she had such a big pivot today just in a singular phone call. It was nuts. And then today we have a king and queen client coming on, which those packages are starting to become open. So anybody who's interested in a king and queen slot, I promise you, and she's going to tell you as well, it's worth its weight in gold. It's worth it. People who want to manifest big ticket items like marriage, they tend to get the king and queen package. Or individuals who are trying to avoid separation and divorce, they tend to get this package. All right. Can you hear me?
Yes.
Okay, perfect. Can you guys hear her, please? Just give me a yes, please. Down below, if that's the case. Yes, awesome. Okay, I'm super excited today. I'm super excited. I'm jazzed, bro. I am completely jazzed today. Completely jazzed. All right, so my darling, my love, do you want me to give everybody a background story a little bit, or should I just let you talk and be quiet? I just have too much energy in me, I think.
You can give a background.
Okay. So this lovely lady is one of my king and queen clients. She just graduated out of the package, actually, right? Yeah.
Yes.
Okay. And in that process, the package used to be 45 days long. Okay, now it's been minimized one less week. So instead of a 6-week package, it's now a 5-week package. And that's because I found a lot of people didn't really need the full 6 weeks to get to where they needed to get to. But in her instance and in her situation, she, from the inception of the package to the end of the package, evaded a separation with her husband, and now her husband is back in her life, ready to forego his lease and just be like, listen, I want you and only you, and I'm just letting you know my decision is not going to change. I tried to date other people and it didn't work out, and you're all I think about, and I'm a total you-know-what for making that type of statement. And I'm just letting you know where I stand in this situation, even though I'm not trying to get into your business, but I'm kind of trying to get into your business because, you know, you're just amazing and I just want to be with you. So this is a big success story, and I'm completely underselling it, and also in a scenario where I have no business telling this story. So I'm just going to let my girl jump in, and she's going to give a background on where she was when she started. So you're going to go in on this, and then where she has been call after call to where she is now, which at the end of her king and queen package, she basically has what she wants, but she may top it off with some extra text message coaching just to make sure that she has some support while he's in her life. So I'm going to let you go, babe.
Okay. So, yeah, basically, I started my journey with Persis just by booking like a one-on-one consult call, because at that point, my husband basically was like, I want to be separated. I want to see other people. I don't want to be together. And I was scrolling through TikTok, looking at all of these different coaches and their techniques, and I was basically trying to incorporate all of the techniques into my life, and I was just lost. So that's my main reason for booking a call with Persis. And in that call, we ended up doing her famous equation, and I got to see not only my limiting beliefs about myself, but also my limiting beliefs about my husband. And don't get me wrong, like, I knew that my self-concept was lower than average, but I really didn't know how low it was or what specifically made it so low until I did that equation with Persis.
Yeah.
And so through that, after the call, Persis gave me some affirmations to use, videos to watch, even books to read. And I ended that call thinking, like, maybe I could continue to do this by myself. And I remember at the end of the call, I asked Persis how she felt about tarot readings, because at that point, my For You page on TikTok was filled with tarot readers, and I was basically just clinging on to anything positive that they could say, that my husband would come back to me, that he'd communicate with me. And Persis shut it down. She said, listen, I came from the world of law of attraction. I actually used to do readings. Like, don't give it any energy. Don't give it any power. Just do your journey. So I followed her directions, and I just stopped looking at tarot readings in general. And I was leaning more towards, like I said, just trying to do it by myself. But the next day, I actually went on one of Persis' lives, and she was talking about her coaching packages, and she brought up the King and Queen package, and it piqued my interest, but I was still kind of on the fence. But what really threw me over the edge was there was a woman in her live saying that she had been on her journey, or she'd been manifesting for 8 or 9 years. And in my mind, I was like, I cannot wait 8 or 9 years. Like, I don't even want to wait until the end of this year.
Yeah, exactly.
So that's what really made me get coaching with Persis. And right after that live, I booked with her. I set up the first phone call. I was like, I need help because I cannot go 8 or 9 years without having what I want.
Yeah.
And then when we first started, I remember that first, I want to say week and a half, I had a lot of resistance in myself. I remember it being a lot of just like a roller coaster of good and bad days. There'd be one day where I felt really good. I thought my self-concept was really high. And then the very next day, I would have a bad day, and it felt like I was basically crashing.
Yeah.
And I remember texting Persis and just explaining to her how I felt. And that's when she gave me some resistance affirmations, some reassurance affirmations, just to help my subconscious mind get more used to my new story. Mm-hmm. So after incorporating those and getting into a good routine, which I still have the same routine, I usually wake up, I meditate, I script for a little bit, and then I say my affirmations. Mm-hmm. So once I got into that routine, that's when I started to see small movement from my husband. Mm-hmm. So instead of us just communicating about our son, he would start texting me like, how are you? Like, what are you doing? Are you good? Do you need anything? And then he would even call me like every now and then.
And I just want to pop in for a quick moment. So before, the only type of situation that he was in communication was just for their child. And now all of a sudden, once like I gave her like that full submersive plan. Like, I mean, like I told her what to affirm. I told her how to affirm it. I told her for how long to affirm it. I told her for what intent to affirm it. I gave her a custom subliminal. I told her how to listen to the subliminal. I gave her my intrusive thought exercise. I told her how to apply the intrusive thought exercise, which it's a psychology-based exercise. So everybody tells me, and let me know if you feel the same, babe, that whenever people apply it and apply it sincerely, within 48 hours, their intrusive thoughts get cut in half.
Oh, yeah, definitely.
It's such a good like slap on the wrist or like a little rubber band snap for individuals who have problems with intrusive thoughts. And that's some of the perks that some of my one-on-one clients get. And when we set up that first call, the communication, the situation, like imagine being in her shoes, like somebody that's going through a separation. The person is not wanting to repair or fix anything. And yeah, please keep going. I'm sorry.
No, you're okay. And after I got into a good routine, then that's when I started to see the small movements. But I remember in one of our weekly calls, Persis had told me, she was like, that's good, that's small movement, that's what we want to see, but we want more.
Yeah.
Like, we want more.
We want big ticket items. That's what we want.
Right. Like,
big ticket items.
Text messages aren't what we want. Like, we want more.
Yeah.
And I remember feeling like that. Like, yeah, I definitely wanted more. So that's when we stepped it up a bit, and she gave me new techniques, new affirmations. We started incorporating the photo technique and SP affirmations. Mm-hmm. And after I started doing those, I think it was after a day, I started to see movement from other people. For example, like my coworker, who I've never really talked to before, came up to me and basically gave me his number, asked me out on a date, said that he wanted to get to know me. And I thought that was interesting because I'd never really talked to him before. And so we did start texting, and he was doing the things and saying the things and acting the way that I wanted my husband to act towards me. So I thought that that was interesting that somebody that was basically a complete stranger was doing the things that I wanted my husband to do.
Yeah.
For example, he was going on a birthday trip and he shared his location with me. He texted me pictures while he was on his trip. He said there were things that reminded him that I said that I liked while he was on his trip. And I thought that was just so nice and interesting that he took the time to just go back to what I said that I liked and just basically thought about me.
You were so not used to that type of treatment. And I told you, I was like, babe, no. Get used to your new life. Get used to your new life.
Yeah, I know. I remember telling Persis that it was so weird because I was not used to that at all. Mm-mm. And later that week, actually, I was going to have my first face-to-face, I guess, exchange because me and my husband had to exchange our son. We were going to have our first face-to-face meeting. And I remember telling Persis that I was excited, but I was nervous. And she basically told me to go into it knowing that I'm Jasmine 2.0.
Yep.
I've worked on all of this. Mm-hmm. Don't go in there getting triggered by what would have bothered you in the past. Just know that you've done the work and this is who you are now. So it is what it is. And I remember going into it thinking like, man, this could really be a big test to see how far I had gotten in my journey. Mm-hmm. And then when we actually did have the face-to-face meetup, it went so well.
So good.
We laughed the whole time. We smiled. We told each other jokes. And then he told me that he just thought about me a lot, that he couldn't seem to forget about me, that I was always on his mind, that he still loves me, that his love wasn't going away and he didn't know why, that he just couldn't get his mind off of me. And I was dumbfounded. I remember texting Persis like, oh my gosh, it went so well because it went way better than I thought it could go.
Isn't that crazy? Isn't it crazy? Keep going. Get to the better part. Just keep going. Just keep going. I'm ready.
And then not even a couple days later, he called me and we talked on the phone and he basically was just really open and honest with me. He repeated that he just keeps thinking about me and no matter how much he tries, he just can't seem to forget about me, that his thoughts about me just fill his brain. He doesn't think that he can be with anybody else. He can't be his true self with anybody else. He's never going to be happy with anybody else like he is with me. He said, one of the things he also said was when he's at school, sometimes he zones out when the professor is talking because he's literally just thinking about me.
Tell me more. Oh my goodness.
So since then, we've been communicating every day. We text, we call, we send pictures. And yesterday, we were actually having a conversation and he brought up our living situation and he basically was saying that he's ready to live together again. He's more than willing to break his lease, that's actually what he wants to do. Like he wants to break his lease. He's ready to get out of there and basically just be back in one household.
Well, I'll be damned. I can't even believe that happened. That's crazy. You don't say. I mean, I'm glowing, and it's funny because people are commenting and they're like laughing at me because I'm reacting so hard, and they're like, "Look at how happy you are for her. It's so cute." I feel like a proud mom. I'm not a mom, but I feel like a proud mom right now. I feel like that. I feel like how a mom would hopefully feel in this moment. I'm trying to channel my future mom because I want to manifest being a mom one day, but that's a side topic and this is definitely not enough. This is nothing to do with me in any way. I don't know why I'm derailing, but isn't that just crazy, guys? So wild, right? Like let me just just recap for you guys. Let me recap. Okay, so we went from separation, okay? We don't want to date anymore. We don't want to fix the marriage anymore or anything like that. Am I correct?
Yes.
And in 45 days, we went all the way to planning a future together. I want to break my lease. I can't get you out of my head. I can't move on. I've tried to date other people. I feel like such a jerk about it. And so many other different things, to now just wanting to be back in the same household, laughing, giggling together. I can't stop thinking about you. I can't get you out of my mind. I don't want to be without you. Like, oh my goodness, Persis. Oh God, you're so good. Oh my goodness. I'm just so happy. I'm so proud of myself. I'm so
No, definitely.
Now listen, how incredible was this ability to get to this level? Like, from where you started, I remember at our 3-week mark, you were like doubting hardcore because she wasn't seeing any movement. And let's talk about kind of like the ebbs and flows a little bit, because everybody's freaking out and geeking out for you in the comments, and I know you can't see it, but like, let's talk about the ebbs and flows and maybe just even how this package has been for you as a whole. Because I know some people, and I shouldn't give the energy to them, but they're like, oh my gosh, that's so much money for a package. But why don't you talk about like what we do in King and Queen packages? Like, I understand that this package is a little bit more costly, guys, but please understand, according to other traditional coaches that you guys leave to come to me to actually get results, I assure you, my prices are very affordable for an unlimited style of coaching. I assure you. So go ahead. You start. You do your thing.
Oh, yeah. It's totally affordable. With her King and Queen package, I got 6 weeks of unlimited texting, and I got a weekly phone call. And I was telling Persis on our last phone call yesterday that I don't know what I would have done if I wasn't able to text her every day. I don't know how I would have got through that first week and a half of bad days if I was only relying on one weekly phone call. And because go ahead.
No, go ahead.
I was going to say, my thoughts would have got the best of me that first week.
For sure. And I feel like so many individuals are like scared to take the plunge in many instances, but at the end of the day, I promise you, people in my King and Queen package, I know you are still married, because at the end of the day, like, you were just separated, you weren't formally divorced. But some of the things that I'll tell you guys we conquer in King and Queen packages is because it's such a long period of time, you get an opportunity, to work to up to different desires. You get unlimited texting. Like, imagine in this particular situation, and I want to give you guys some contextualization before I move on to her strategies and what she did. You guys come to me all the time, and I say this lovingly, kind of being upset about how you wasted money on other coaches. But I assure you, I am not other coaches. And I assure you, I don't charge you in a per message style, because I understand the ebbs and flows of this process, because I've been through it myself and I've come out on the other side of it. And because I have a degree in surgery, my science background, my scientist background, like, I just know how to get people results. I know you weren't on when I said this, but I did my statistic today. I have had 99% success rate, 99. That's 5 people that technically didn't get what they wanted out of the amount of individuals that I worked with. And I think that that's insane. And I think the ability for me to come on each and every single day with a new person and post 10, 20, 50 success stories, even just in my lives, the power of my work speaks for itself. But I want to reassure some of the guys that I don't know if they're just trying to troll me or whatever it is, but imagine in 2-week unlimited text coaching, I had somebody text me 200 times, back and forth messages. If I had been a money hungry individual, I would have made $10,000 on that one client and not 350. So I assure you, like, I don't know how to make my prices more affordable, because I also did my derivatives today and I'm literally making 3% of what other coaches are making. And I promise you, I don't think those individuals are getting the same results for their clients. Like, how thorough and how in-depth was this experience? Like, just be honest. Like, if you want to say anything, like, please, like, tell me.
It was so thorough. I remember we were talking and I was saying that you were just very straightforward to the point. Listen, this is the issue and this is how we're going to solve it.
Yeah.
And that's what I needed.
Yeah.
I needed you to take the problem and solve it for me and tell me what to do so that I could get what I wanted at the end.
Yeah. And I think
that style of coaching is amazing.
Yeah.
I feel like that's what everybody should do.
Yeah. And I think some of the things that I said on a previous live also is for the individuals that have been in a situation like they're manifesting for 2 years, 3 years, 5 years, 9 years. What I describe my coaching to be is it's like I studied for the exam and I got 100%. And somebody that wants to do coaching with me personally, it's like you can study on your own and you can try to get 100 and you can try to get the SP, which I'm referring to as like passing the test. Or you can have someone take the answer key and say, here, do this, study this, and put these answers in. And that's the difference of somebody giving you an expedited package to spearhead the quickness of how fast your manifestation comes in. Because how much time are you going to eliminate of hours of studying to remain consistent with this example to articulate a point, as if I would just give you the answers and say, here, put these answers in, you'll get what you want. That is very valuable to individuals that don't want to go through this process. If you don't want to spend 2.5 years studying this subject like how I did to quite literally master it, that's a very attractive thing for many people.
Yeah, I would 110% do this whole experience again, knowing that I was going to get what I wanted in the end. 110%. And even if I say I didn't get what I wanted, at least I knew, like I know now that my self-concept is so high. My confidence, how I feel about myself, how I look at things now is so different. I would do it all over again.
Absolutely. And I think in so many instances, and I'm seeing some comments, like in so many instances, I've seen people overcome impossible situations, like individuals that are moving countries, selling houses, separating, divorcing, doing so many crazy, crazy things, third parties being involved, and everyone backed down of what they previously wanted and ended up choosing the client that I had at that period of time because they just knew that this is what it is that they wanted. And at the end of the day, if you text me even like 20, 30 times and have 5 phone calls, your whole package is redeemed. You know what I mean? And the King and Queen package is maybe not in everybody's price point, but at the end of the day, someone that wants big ticket items, that's the package they get. I mean, my prices start at $149. So at the end of the day, it's still affordable to many individuals, but this package is a bigger ticket item because bigger goals for bigger people. You know what I mean? And people that have a lot of resistance, like as an example, her circumstances were pretty dire. She was getting separated. Her husband didn't want to fix the marriage. He didn't want to do any of these things to all the way coming back to, I want to be together. I want to live in one household. I love you. I choose you. I can't get you out of my head. I've tried dating other people and I don't want anything to do with other people. I'm letting you know that my decision isn't going to change. That can't be done in one phone call. And that probably can't be done in 2 or 3. So individuals that also have a bit of that more mature mindset that I know I'm going to have a lot of resistance and a lot of circumstances to break through, end up going for the bigger package because they also have big circumstances to overcome. You know what I mean? Like it's not an ability where they can just solve that in a 45-minute call. So they also have that bit of a mindset to be able to debunk things in a bigger and better way because they're like, how am I going to do this? Now, when you wanted to do it on your own, did you try for some period of time and it just didn't work and that's what made you pull the plug, or was it the other success stories, or what was it exactly?
It definitely was a mix of both. I was trying to do it on my own for probably like a week or two, just all the different coaches and trying to incorporate their techniques and their videos. And it just wasn't working for me. I wasn't seeing anything. I wasn't feeling good about myself. My husband wasn't speaking to me. And then definitely seeing the success stories on your page, on your live, seeing that people could do it in 24 hours. And I knew that I was going to have a lot of resistance. I knew that I had a lot built up that I had to work through. Mm-hmm. And that's what really made me decide I'm going to need Persis by my side. I'm going to need her to solve my problems. And I'm going to need her to basically tell me step by step what to do and how to do it.
Yeah, and the thing is like I see some of my king and queen clients, I see RJ, I see a variety of different individuals in the chat, and I've often been told, which I think is quite funny, that I replace people's therapist with my king and queen package, and I think that that's pretty honest.
Yeah, I'm very grateful that I had the opportunity to not only have weekly phone calls with you, but just to text whatever was on my mind.
Yeah.
And I remember telling you that when I first got the package, you still had a lot of availability, and not even a week or two later, you were sold out.
Yeah, true.
And I was like, oh my gosh, I'm so grateful that I got the package when I did, because now everybody's learning about her and they all want her help.
Yeah, no, I'm very happy that you did, because 45 days is nothing. Imagine you guys turning around your whole life and your whole situation in 45 days. Because a lot of people, I think they really want an instant fix. And I'm working with individuals that have a desire in all different areas. So tomorrow I have a money success story or a business success story coming on. And I know the past couple days have been very SP focused. But at the end of the day, I assure you, this is something where it's like consistency is key. And a lot of you guys, with all due respect, you have to understand that this takes work. Similar to It's Evie Baby, who was my phone call today, who literally saw results after just a single phone call. At the end of the day, you need an accountability partner. And imagine having the ability to just text your coach and just be like, this happened today. And just to get those answers, I think is pivotal for so many people. Because I don't know how long I'm going to be able to even offer text coaching. But I'm glad that you got it when you did, because I don't know. Like I'm still trying to figure out how, as my business grows, to scale that. But we'll see, I guess.
Yeah, I definitely would have not been able to get the results I did without you.
Yeah.
Without this package, I would have not been able to get it done by myself.
And I think this package, when it came into its inception, said, had the intention of being the everything and the kitchen sink type of package. You know what I mean? Like everything in the kitchen sink. Like you get the, blueprint, you get the weekly permanent phone calls, you get unlimited texting. It's just nuts.
Yeah.
It's just nuts. Like
it's so much, so many resources.
Yeah. And in this package, you really don't have a way to fail unless you just decide, like, I don't want to do this. It's not in my interest to do it. And that's not what I want to do. Oh, somebody got the King and Queen package.
Yeah. Persis literally breaks it down for you. She sets it up. She tells you what to do, what videos to watch, what sleep tapes to listen to. She sets up your whole routine, and all you have to do is follow it.
Yeah, because I let me place a good emphasis on that, because Jasmine came up with a great point. When I give you the answers to the test, I don't want you to look at the answers and be like, I don't know how I feel about C, so I'm going to put B instead. Just follow the answer key, please. Because some people, I say this so lovingly. Oh, yay. Yeah, I saw your purchase. Jasmine, somebody took your slot. You know what I mean? Like now somebody else got the King and Queen package because she was so inspired. But yeah, you can just send me a message after or during this live and we will set that up. My time zone is Eastern Standard though. But what was I saying? A lot of people, what they don't realize is I give you instructions for you guys to actually be super, super productive because I have gone through the path and I have the answers. And some individuals, as an example, they'll be like, but do I get to still text him or her? But do I get to still call him and her? And I'm like, babe, we are playing chess. Let your person play checkers. Because do you really want the person back tomorrow? Or would you rather wait 14 days, 30 days, whatever amount of time that your package is? And would you rather at that point in time have them for keeps? Because some of you guys just want like an instant fix. Like you want to be in a situation where I need it now, I need it now, I need it now, I need it now. And understand that also from that place, are you also going to be able to maintain it? Are you going to be able to maintain that type of situation when you have a death grip on something? Probably not. So we need to re-regulate your nervous system. You know what I mean? Because like that, exactly how Molly's putting in the chat, I do foundational work for people to have permanent results. And I was so honored that on our last call, the only question she had, because it was basically a scenario where she redeemed her call as just one giant success story, was, so how do I maintain this? And I told her exactly how to maintain it. And that if she needs anything, like you can just reach out to me and let me know. And that was pretty much the end of it.
Yeah, it was a very good last phone call.
And you did not anticipate it. And I was like, girl, I promise you, I got you. I got you. Like, please just lean into my lead because I assure you, I know exactly what's happening.
Yeah, I remember it was like probably halfway. I was like, man, I'm not seeing anything. Nothing's happening. Like, I would hate for me to end this package and then not get what I want. And Persis was like, no, we're going to get it. Don't worry.
Yeah.
This is what we're going to do.
Yeah, exactly. And I think in that process, for those of you guys who may have come in a little late, this success story will go up on my YouTube page. It's the same name, Manifest with Persis, and it's also linked on the social media icon. But do you guys have any more questions for my girl before I let her go? Because we're also going to bring Mom on and let her answer a couple questions as well. But she's going to just be sitting in the wings because she's shy. So does anybody else have any more questions? Let's see. I'm learning patience working with Persis. Yeah, I feel like a lot of people are. Okay, so how about this? I have a question for you, Jasmine. Do you recommend to be in a situation, and I know you know my stance on this, do you recommend that it's easier or more difficult to be in contact with your person when you're manifesting?
100% go no contact.
Yeah. Thank God you said that because I didn't know what she was going to say. Thank God you said that because maybe they'll listen to you because they don't like that answer from me.
No, I definitely understand the wanting to contact them to see how they're feeling, to see if your affirmations are working, but go no contact. That way you're not worrying about if they're going to call you, if they're going to text you, what they're doing, who they're talking to. The only thing you're worried about is yourself and your journey.
Awesome. I love that answer. Thank goodness. Because I had no clue what she was going to say, guys. She was not a paid actor. I had no clue what was about to come out of her mouth. Okay, how about the next one? How do you feel coaching with Persis was different from other coaches?
Persis is my first coach. She's going to be my only coach. I'm going to definitely use her in the future for other things. So I've never had a one-on-one with another coach, but I've seen videos from other coaches and they're nothing like Persis' videos. She always breaks it down. She tells you the why behind it, and a lot of coaches don't tell you the why, and that's going to help you a lot on your journey, is knowing the reason why you're doing certain things for your manifestation.
Yeah. And I feel like that was a huge problem I had when trying to engage with coaches when I used to be a student, is they would be like, here you go, say these affirmations. And I would be like, okay, but I'm having XYZ problem. And I felt at that time that they were just like after me because they already had my money. Like nobody was actually interested in educating me. And I'd be like, okay, well, why are we doing this? They would be like, that's not important. You don't need to know that. Like, you just need to do this instead. And I'm like, what am I, in freaking kindergarten? What do you mean? Like, I'm trying to like learn. And I felt like no coach was capable of just having a sit down conversation with me where it actually, they were being empathetic to my situation. And I know that luckily you never had any negative coaching experiences, but maybe for people in the chats that have so many trust issues with coaching, I really feel like I lead with such amount of authenticity and just raw, honest, scientific answers that in itself is very different in the coaching community, because I feel like some coaches are creating a lot of hurt because they're not actually concerned with their client's success. Like, I take your problem as if it's my problem, and I give it that type of care and that type of commitment and those types of answers. Like, I don't just give you like, you know, here, do this. Like, I educate you, because my whole mission when I started, even on my first website before that crashed, and I made my mission statement that when we know better, we do better. And education is power. And I want to educate you to not need me, versus other coaches that try to make funnels out of situations for their sales of giving you partial answers, or maybe they're not even a proper coach, but they read The Secret and now they think they are. And how many individuals have probably gotten scammed in that process because you were emotionally vulnerable, maybe you weren't making the best judgment call and you just wanted a quick fix. And unfortunately, someone took advantage of that. Like, there are a lot of coaches out there that are creating a lot of hurt. And here I am trying to undo all of that.
Right.
Let's see. There were a couple more questions. Had one coach $250 for a 45-minute call. Emailed him and he blew me off. Oh my God. Yeah, there are people with really bad situations in here. That was my issue with the previous coach. All right, I'm trying to see. Are there any more questions for Jasmine? Jasmine, I think you're free to go. I think they're I think they're good. I think they're really inspired, and I think now the majority of statements in the chat are just mainly about coaching. So I will let you go. Is there anything else you want to say, or are you pretty good also?
No, I'm pretty good. I told you everything that I was grateful for you and this whole process. And if you are going to do coaching with Persis, just make sure that you're basically ready to get what you want, and just to keep persisting even when you feel down.
Yeah. No, that's a great piece of advice. I love that, because it's always working, even if you don't see it. And she didn't see movement for a while, but she continued to persist. And in 45 days, key number for today's lecture, 45 days, she completely transformed everything around. And listen, I am happy for your happiness, girl. And I think that's the only energy you need in your life right now.
Yeah, definitely.
All right. I love you very much, and I will let you go. You have a great rest of your evening.
You too.
Bye-bye. Wasn't that nuts?
That was great.
That was so good.
That was very nice.
So nice. This will be on YouTube, guys. For those of you guys who missed Jasmine's story, it will go up on YouTube. I'm just going to stick to Persis. That's funny.
It's always good when someone validates your hard work, you know?
I feel like sometimes, like, I mean, obviously I'm not a perfect human, but there's so many parts of me that sometimes get caught up in like people having bad experiences with other coaches. And I'm like, that's like comparing an elephant to an apple. Like, the two are not even the same. And I think that I take it sometimes too much to heart. I think there was a question about group coaching. Group coaching is still live, but it's going to close this evening. So if anybody wants it, now's the time to do it. But do you guys have any kinds of questions for Mom? Mom's also here today. I do believe the last success story was also on YouTube. That was the best one yet. Great job, Persis, and a great student too. She was a great student. She was such a good student. What's all in the blueprint? The link for group coaching is in my bio. Go to my bio, go to all my offers, and then go to live group coaching. Yeah, somebody just got a king and queen package, so that's good.
Nice, yeah.
I'm excited for that person because now I get to learn what are we manifesting.
Right.
So exciting. Can you help with business? My next success story tomorrow is for business. My girl manifested a $1.2 million deal that she closed.
Is it the same one we were talking about?
Yeah.
That's good.
$1.2 million closing. That's tomorrow's success story at 7. I'm just out here doing God's work, guys. it's so difficult. It's so difficult. So difficult to have all these success stories on my shoulders. I just don't know what to do about it. I just don't know. How do you set up phone calls? You got to go to the website. And if you have an interest in a phone call, I would definitely try to book now because the next available date, I think, is on like September 29th. So you have some time to prepare for the phone call. I do book out quite fast. Can you tell us about the blueprint? I saw it on the site, but was wondering what's included. Well, hopefully on the description page of the blueprint, it should give you a lot of information. It's a 55-page self-paced study guide. And in that process, you get an opportunity to have 6 pages of my custom one-on-one affirmations that I give one-on-one clients, YouTube explanatory videos, and a custom subliminal. So this self-paced study guide is essentially the fact-checked version of manifestation. Did the girl who got a $1.2 million deal is your king and queen package? Yes, she is. And I mean, anybody can have results at any level of package, but obviously individuals that just have that more, I guess you can say, mature mindset or growth mindset, like they're in a situation. Oh, that's great. Dolce's in the group. Yes. Where they know they want to work towards things and they want to work towards multiple things and they just want to expand bigger and better. And I think more than anything, why people get that king and queen package is they want unlimited access to me,
Right.
Which is dangerous. It's dangerous.
Unlimited access?
Because they're getting like phone calls, they're getting unlimited texting,
Right.
which you warned me about in the beginning was not a good idea. Because I don't have very good work and personal boundaries.
Because you're working after hours when you should also be focusing on yourself.
That's true. So, Mom, what pieces of advice do you have today? Hello, guys. Mom's on the live. Can we get some questions for Mom? Because I'm really interested to see how this goes.
Oh, it was great the other day.
It was good the other day. I feel like you guys are in a scenario where you got to see our family dynamic, which is quite hilarious. We're just a bunch of comedians over here. Is the unlimited text program no longer offered? It is, but it's just coupled with a phone call. So the unlimited text comes in 3 weeks, 4 weeks, and 5 weeks. The 5 weeks being the king and queen package. So before I used to do 2-week texting, but I realized for many individuals, 14 days was literally nothing. And because on my page, I tout so much of science and I talk about how in 21 days, you should have the ability to change your assumptions because science says it takes 21 days to form a new assumption. That's where the inception of upgrading the amount of time in what was on my former website 2-week packages to on my new website 3-week packages. Because at least we're getting that like bare minimum amount of time. Now, whether you text me 1 time, whether you text me 100 times, I'm still here. All right, question for Mom. What did you learn the most from Persis?
No pressure, right?
No pressure.
Okay, no pressure. I learned that you have to be uncomfortable because I told you for my work that everybody was doing well and I wasn't doing well, and why am I not doing well?
Right.
And you told me, well, you have to, believe, and you have to be uncomfortable. And when you told me that do my affirmations and I can have 3 sales a day, I'm like, that's not realistic.
Right.
And you're like, well, I'm not telling you to be realistic, so.
Yeah, because where does realistic get you?
Nowhere.
No, not very far.
No.
So one of the things that I think has stuck with Mom is to not be realistic, because her whole life, and she's like 107.
Wow, that was so mean.
I know. Her whole life, she's been in a situation where she needed to be realistic. And that was some of the things that I wanted to break down in my family tree also, and teach my family members to not be realistic, because realistic hasn't gotten us anywhere. And by us continuing to diminish our desires hasn't gotten us anywhere. Was there ever a time you didn't believe in this and thought Persis was crazy? That's a good question. Oh, Dolce. Mwah. That's muy macho.
No, I didn't think you were crazy. But
I was worried that they would think I was crazy.
But it's like we are, you're telling us something that you want to do totally different that we don't. I mean, I don't even know what manifestation is. Like, I didn't know of it.
Right.
And you like approach us and you're like, oh, I want to do manifestation. And we're like, what's manifestation? But not like, I never thought you're crazy. Mm-hmm. Like, if this is what you're passionate about and this is what you want to do, do it. Of course, Dad, it took a little bit longer, but we still got him on board.
True.
No, I'm totally happy for you. Like, but we want to relieve some of the work from you, and help you whatever way we can.
Yeah, Mom and Dad, for those of you guys who don't know, are definitely going to tap in and be my added coaches, so that way I can work down some of the load. Oopsies. That jumped. For the King and Queen package or others, are we required to choose only one manifestation? So for the 3-week package, 1 desire. For the 4-week package, 2 desires. For the 5-week package, 3 desires. But there are some individuals that in the King and Queen package, we are only working towards marriage, because that in itself tends to be a big amount of mental resistance for a lot of people, or we're only working on salvaging a marriage. Like in Jasmine's situation, we're only working on evading separation so that we can have a reconciliation. Good question. Are there payment plans for everything? So I did try payment plans in the past, and unfortunately there were some individuals that were not honest individuals, and I'm a very honest individual. There were individuals, one individual in particular was also in my King and Queen package, and after 2 weeks she got her results, and she still had more than half of her package left, and blocked me and didn't want to pay the rest of the money. And remember, I told you about that, so don't look surprised.
No, I remember that, but I'm like, that's not how it works,
Yeah, some people were in a different mindset, and I don't know how those individuals lasted, but a lot of them came back and asked for more coaching, and I denied them.
Oh, that was good of you.
That was good of me, because at the end of the day, I have my own sense of self-respect.
No, because if you're taking time out of your day to help them.
And not only that, but at the end of the day, I turn down other individuals when you get your package.
Right.
So I think the only thing that I would allow for payment plans going forward, which I do have 1 or 2 exception cases, is you would need to send me an email in writing, or I would have you sign a DocuSign that states that you would be paying out the entirety of the package by the end of it. Because I do also have to protect myself in these instances for people who want coaching but don't want to pay for it, which I think is weird. I mean, we don't go to the grocery store, fill up a cart, and say, I'll pay you next week.
Doesn't work that way.
So I don't know. I just found that to be weird. You need a payment plan for that 3-week and 1 phone call. You can send me an email to my customer service, themanifestwithpersis@gmail.com. Nice job for setting that boundary. Yeah, exactly. I'm so excited. Oh, you're going to be focusing on marriage? That's so fun. She's in breach of contract. Yeah, exactly. And I can't be in that situation. Have you ever had a client that was super non-compliant and you just couldn't help them? Yes. So I started off this live. By the way, I don't think I told you. I did my metrics today, and you know what I realized? I realized that I have a 99% success rate.
Nice.
I counted the amount of people that didn't get their manifestation at the end of it, and it was 5
people
out of 400.
That's really good.
Does anybody else have rates like that, guys? That's so crazy. I don't even know. My confidence is so much better now ever since I found that out. I'm just doing this with my hair all day. I'm like, oh, tell me more about the other coaches. Tell me more. They're just not me. They don't have the secret sauce like I do.
I'm not going to say anything about any other coaches.
Exactly. So I'm so sorry. I'm getting distracted. The client that was non-compliant. Yeah. I have had clients like that. I've had clients get aggressive with me. I've had clients be in situations where you have to be realistic, Persis, and you got to do this and you got to do that. I'm like, listen, babe, I am trying to help you because I've been down this path and I know how to do it. There was one individual that tried to drop out of her 2 or 3 week package or 1 month package. I don't remember because it was a while back. And she had a complete outburst on me. And I was like, listen, I'm not going to be disrespected. I will terminate the entirety of our contract and I will refund you the money that you are not, that you didn't pay. And I'm like, I'm not going to be disrespected. And she immediately backtracked and she's like, no, I need you as a coach. I need you. I can't do it without you. So it's like, why would you? I don't understand people. In some instances, I just try to be very patient because I know that they are very emotionally vulnerable. And in that scenario, I just try to tell them that, like, listen, you need to stop focusing on the 3D. You need to stop reaching out to them. You need to stop interacting with them because that person refused to stop texting, refused to stop calling, refused to stop interacting. And I was like, this is not manifestation. And I warned her and I said, listen, your whole package is going to go by. And you're going to be in a situation where you don't have anything to show for it. And I want to be able to get you to the end of the rainbow, but I can't get you there if you don't follow the package. So she was like, you have to be realistic and you have to do this. I don't have to be realistic. I'm the coach. You're the student, bro. But anyway, what advice do you give clients that don't get their person? Well, I don't have many of them, but some of those clients just end up maybe extending their package one more round because I have very few clients that don't get the correct package for them. So my clients tend to be very mature mindseted. They know that they can't solve 10 years of problems in one phone call, so they'll get a bigger package. A lot of my clients, they don't undercut themselves. They're like, I think I can do it in 3 weeks. They get a 3-week package and then they get their person. The only individuals that are not successful are the ones that want to break down 10 years of trauma in one phone call. And there's the pressure of the world on that singular phone call. And that also throws them off mentally. Most coaches are not based off of science. They are not able to articulate manifesting the same. Bro. Is it possibility that with the group it won't be as beneficial as one-on-one? No. Because all of my teachings that I tell people in one-on-one are in group. It's just that I've taken away the ability to ask personal one-on-one questions because I wouldn't be able to handle that kind of a chat. But you will still get Q&As, but just not the personal breakdowns of your situation. Will the group know our intimate details? Well, I would hope you wouldn't be sharing the intimate details in the group, but you're free to ask questions during the Q&As. I am still doing the emails. I did see your email yesterday. I just haven't gotten into it. Sorry if this is random, but I just saw your workbook and it's amazing. My workbook is so good.
Oh, did you put your workbook out already?
I did. I let them download it so that way they can do their homework.
Oh, that's nice. Yeah,
but not yet. Well, not do their homework yet, but they wanted to print it. Yeah.
That's nice.
Yeah, that's weird to pay so much money and not do what your coach is telling you to do. That is crazy. Is the group coaching only for SP? For this particular group coaching, it is SP focused. So the name of this course is How to Manifest an SP or New Love Through Self-Concept. This course is very good if you want to improve your generalized self-worth. This course is very good if you have a specific person you want to manifest. This course is very good if you have new love that you want to manifest. This course is very good for just you coming back into your own worth as an individual and putting yourself back on the dating market. So this is the intention around this particular course that starts on Monday. And I already have people logged into the groups, and I gave them their workbook, which they'll be working with me for the next 4 weeks in the group. And yeah, my presence on here is going to diminish a little bit to be able to tend to the group for the next 1 month. But there will be other courses coming out afterwards. Another one is How to Manifest Abundance on Autopilot. Another one is How to Get Somebody Obsessed with You. Another one is, what is the other one? How to Manifest Appearance Changes and Glow Ups. So every few months, there will be a new course, and it's part of my annual release of courses. So this particular course, which is my foundational course, you would kind of need it to go to any of the other courses, like How to Manifest Marriage. You would probably need this course before you go into the Manifest Marriage course. Won't come back until next year, September of 2023. Everything is in the website, guys. I would say if you were in a situation where you couldn't see where it is that you wanted to go, what do you feel like would be an appropriate package for you to break through? What would you feel by it? Is that going to be 3 weeks? Then let's do 3 weeks. At the end of the day, there have been very few people that chose a shorter package just because it was affordable. Because like Jasmine mentioned, and like Monique mentioned, and like others mentioned, like some bigger items just require an unlimited style of communication. And my coaching is the only coaching on this app that offers you unlimited. There's nobody else that I know of, unless somebody wants to correct me in the chat, that is offering you the ability to, every time you have a question, just text your coach. Does anybody else do that? I don't know. I don't think so. I'm pretty sure I'm the only stupid one that does it.
Isn't this yours?
That's it. That is mine. Is there a payment plan for group? There is not. Because once you're in group, you're kind of in group. I just spoke to you Monday, and what have I done in the last 3 days is insane. Even Moses rested. Bro, for real. Don't forget, you're the best too. Thank you. Oopsies. What is that? That was one of my king and queen clients. I checked my email but didn't get anything. Well, Lila, will you do me a favor and message me? Because I have put all of the people in the group course, but there were some emails that when you checked out, the email, I guess, wasn't your Facebook email. So when I tried to send you the invite, it didn't end up working. And you know what's crazy is so many instances there will be people manifesting a specific person and then they get money in the process. Like, remember Crystal, I told you about her. She manifested her SP in 2 weeks, $60,000.
You didn't tell me that.
And she was the war veteran.
You didn't tell me that.
So crazy. Dolce, you'll need to message me then, because everybody's email that was attached to their purchase order got added into the group, and some people's emails were rejected. So please message me and DM me. anybody who's not in the group. I technically have 10 people missing. I think you're a good coach, but some lie and have people post success stories. How can we trust you? Listen,
But you're having people come on who's had success.
Quite literally, like, I don't know where that comment comes from, but I quite literally just had a human on here talking about Persis' coaching.
You had someone the other day, you had Monique the other day also.
Yeah, Monique was also on. She's literally having people on her live. Yeah, like, I don't know how to answer that. And I understand some of you guys have been scammed before, but like, I don't know how much more proof you need. I don't know. That's a little weird. And everybody in my live is always like, Persis' coaching is like goated.
No, and also like other coaches they've been to and they haven't got what they wanted.
No, totally understand. But at the end of the day, like, if you have live humans coming on the live and saying like this type of thing, I mean, I don't know how much more proof does one need. I don't know. And not only that, but even in my success stories that I put on the TikTok, it literally says, Persis, you've changed the game for me. So I can't even copy and paste that from someone else because it has my name in it. They have me as the identifier. You know what I mean? So like, even in my success stories, it's always a situation where they have my name. So I don't know. I mean, don't get coaching then. Just don't get it. Because I feel like in those types of situations, there will always be individuals that are too scared to take the leap.
Right, or had a bad experience before.
And you know what? You can just continue to do it on your own. But as it is, for me personally, I'm trying to be in a scenario, she's the real deal. Exactly. I'm trying to be in a scenario where I lead with a lot of authenticity and just raw honesty. And I literally bring humans on to tell you guys about it. I promise you, Jasmine didn't get paid. You know what I mean? I didn't pay her. Should I have paid her? Should I have paid her to be an actor?
No, I mean, these are real stories. Like, these are real people that have success.
Yeah, for real.
And if that individual's scared or got hurt, then it's like, let me ask you this. So if you didn't get what you want previously, and I'm just saying, and you're asking Persis a question, you're not going to know unless you take her coaching.
True also.
You know, so if you had a bad experience, don't judge one person on that bad experience.
Hey, that's a nice way to put it. One bad apple, you know, like, you can't really pin everybody else into that category.
And if you're doing a live every night and people are saying these things about you, obviously, you know, you have this background, you know what you're doing.
Right. I think it'd be really difficult to be creating so many fake success stories.
And we're not saying they're not out there, like, you know?
Right. I think that it's not about not validating that you guys have had bad experiences, but I think like that's precisely why I put out so many success stories. And then some people will come on to the success stories and be like, Persis, you need to humble yourself because the clients do the work.
Right.
And I'm like, that's hilarious. Sorry, even Ray Charles can see she is authentic. Carfax is there if you look.
That's nice.
Yeah. But anyway, can you get the blueprint to get into your dream school even if they said you can't get in? You don't need the blueprint to get into your dream school. You can just literally say, I got into my dream school. You can literally go to sleep every single night and feel the feelings of gratitude, feel the elation, hear the binging of your phone of you getting in to the situation and being like, I can't believe I got in. I can't believe I got in. Because whatever situation has to happen for your dream school to give you an offer, whether that means other people drop out, whether that means people have some types of issues that come up and they can't go, whatever needs to move is going to move, in the words of the great Neville Goddard. That's what's going to happen. But it has to do more so with the situation of you being in a scenario where you put all the logic aside and you stay true to your inner world. Because at the end of the day, the only people that don't get it in terms of my line of work are individuals that, one, come from a background where they have miseducation about law of assumption, 2, have been misled, or 3, have taken on limiting beliefs from other coaches. These are the only 3 things. And anybody that will try it and come back and say, hey, Persis, it didn't work. Even in individuals where I've tried to sit down with that person and offer them some words of advice, everything they told me about how they did it was not at all correct. And I'm like, well, this, and this is the reason why it didn't happen. And if you're in a situation where, yeah, you just answered my question, like if it means that much to you, then maybe you should get a phone call. Because at the end of the day, it can't not work. Let me give you an example. If I am going to snap my fingers here and now, and I tell you, and I'm going to use this as a general thing, actually. If I snap my fingers and tell you right here and right now that you have a perfect self-concept, and if I'm to snap my fingers here and now and tell you that your concept of your person, place, and thing are 100% healed, 100% perfect, how could you not get your manifestation? I'll wait.
True.
I'll wait. Somebody tell me in the comment section. How could you not get it? It would actually defy the law of physics to not get it. So any individual that says like it doesn't work or something didn't work, I would have them look at what it is that they actually did. And if it means that much to you, then maybe that's a worthwhile investment. Like you can't not get it. So the question is, are you actually doing it correctly? Because that's the difference between the boys to the men and the girls and the women. That's the difference.
Who doesn't love boys to men?
Is there a limit to the size of the group? Well, however big the group is going to be this evening is the size of the group, because then there's not going to be an ability to purchase it. Will members in the group coaching be able to interact and support each other? Absolutely. It's not personal, but we are sharing our success to hopefully help you guys out. Yeah, I mean, the girls like Lila and Monique and everybody, really, Jasmine, everybody that is one of my clients, RJ, I have so many clients. I'm just scrolling through the chat. They're actually my live clients, like saying how their success was and how thorough I was and how different I was. And that just made the difference for them. I mean, at the end of the day, if you're also not ready to do the changes and do the inner work, maybe my coaching's not right for you. But I'm always going to be able to call in like my soul tribe for the individuals that actually want fact-checked manifestation. I'm always going to be the perfect match for individuals that are ready for change, that are ready for their person, that are ready for marriage, that are ready for money, that are ready for sales, that are ready for whatever it is that they want. Because I'm so privileged, like literally privileged to have helped so many people and everyone be successful. Like that's nuts to me. That's nuts. If you would have told me 60 days back when I was broke that I would help more than 400 people, I would have been like, you're a lying you know what. I am honored at the amount of people I've had a positive impact on. And if you would have asked my crippling self-doubt, I was like, no one's gonna just come and be coaching from me or receive coaching from me, because who's gonna pay me just because I have a PhD in manifestation? Like, that was my thought.
Right.
I was like, people aren't gonna do that. And I started to post on TikTok, and you guys validated my work, and the successes came in by the hundreds in 3 short months. Like, that's insane.
Oh, look at where you were, and like you having doubt in yourself.
Yeah.
And where you are now.
I almost cried tears of joy over my self-concept alone on our call this morning. That's funny. If you have one package but want to upgrade, do you pay the difference? Yes, you would just need to DM me so I could make you a custom invoice. Do you have a PhD in manifestation? Well, I studied it for 3 years, and I took the bar for it. No, I'm just kidding. I don't have a PhD, but I say that as a joke. I have a degree in surgery, and I come from a science background, hence why marrying science and manifestation made a lot of sense for me, and I've never felt more confident about what I taught ever since this situation. Is somebody having issues with group coaching? Let me look on the website. People should be able to still buy it. I didn't shut it down yet. Is anybody having an issue with it? She is her own success story, bro. I am. I've had people manifest apologies back from individuals of 7 years. Please go check my story. You are killing it, Persis. So excited to talk to you next week. Thank you. And today is the last day. This evening is going to be a situation where I'm going to close it. I've been coming into your lives and I think I need your help. Well, you can come and play in my world for sure. I haven't been able to join the Facebook group. Anybody who's having issues with the group coaching, please send me a DM. I didn't realize how difficult it would be just to send you guys an invite, but I will send invites. I have 10 people missing from the group, and anybody who has an interest to buy the group, please get it before this evening ends, because I'll probably close it in an hour or 2. I have a decent amount of people in there, so those individuals that are not interested, I'm definitely not trying to upsell you, but it is going to be a powerful course. I'm giving you guys my affirmations. I'm leading them through inner imaginal acts and little meditations, and I typed out way too much information for them that I still have to condense down.
Yeah, you need to do that.
And I have an amazing workbook. If anybody's seen the workbook, it looks sexy. So good. The EFT tapping made me cry. Oh my goodness, so good. All the blockages have been released. That's precisely right. I have on my YouTube page an EFT tapping video for those of you guys with internal resistance. I'm going to let you guys go for the remainder of the evening. The announcement for the times is also in the Facebook group, and if anybody needs anything from me, you guys know where to find me.